Hi there and welcome to Lupus and I's third live of the day for Lupus Awareness Month here in the UK. If you don't know already, my name is Vicky and I am the face behind the Lupus and I's page. Tonight I am delighted to have with us Hair of Royalty to talk all things hair loss with us. So I'm just waiting for her to join us. So it should just be a couple of minutes. There we are. She should just be joining us. Hiya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for asking me.
Oh, no
I'm
problem
glad
at
to be
all.
a part.
So why don't we start with you just telling us a little bit about yourself, your lupus journey and hair loss journey, and then we
Yes.
can
Okay.
hit all the questions.
Okay. Well, I was diagnosed with lupus about 5 years ago. Um, I was probably having symptoms for probably at least about a year and a half, and doctors couldn't really figure out what it was and what was bringing me back and forth to the hospital. I was probably going to the hospital every weekend at first, and they just could not figure it out. So once I was diagnosed, um, it was probably the hardest journey that I've ever been through, ever. And I didn't experience hair loss until probably about 2 or 3 years into my journey. So I didn't experience hair loss immediately. When I was first diagnosed, my hair was actually probably about neck length. So I had finally gotten my hair to how I had wanted it to be, long and healthy. And then next thing you know, I found out I had lupus, and then my hair started thinning out. So I was very discouraged. I didn't really know what to do other than to hide it. So that's why I started learning how to do hair and learning more about hair extensions and wigs and things like that. Alternative solutions to help me with my hair journey. And gaining so much research, I decided to start a business providing, hair and wigs to women who are also experiencing what I'm experiencing.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So, will we get started with all the questions that we've got?
Okay.
So, what causes hair loss in lupus patients?
Well, the main cause would probably be inflammation. Like I said, well, every patient is different, so you can't really go off of what I'm saying I've experienced or what I've said I've researched. You kind of have to go through your own journey to figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So inflammation definitely is the main thing that affects hair loss. Also, lesions in the scalp affect hair loss, and it could scar your hair follicles and cause your hair to thin out. Um, it causes your hair to thin out slowly over time, and it's not usually just the hair from your head. Sometimes it's your eyebrows, your eyelashes. I know when I first started losing hair, I only lost hair in the back, and then I started losing hair on the side, and then next thing you know, one of my eyebrows started thinning out.
Wow.
So, and then over time, I've noticed like my body hair is very thin, so I don't really have a lot of body hair anymore. So it definitely affects other parts of your body. Um, Definitely stress causes hair loss because, of course, stressing out doesn't help anything when you have lupus. So definitely stress. And also some medications can that we take can cause hair loss. Um, and of course, I also find out that people with SLE are more likely to suffer with hair loss, and that's what I was diagnosed with.
Me too.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So yes, that's what I found in my research, and that's also what I've experienced with my hair loss journey.
Sounds very similar to mine as well.
Yes.
So, is there a way to prevent hair loss?
Um, being that lupus causes hair loss, there isn't a way to prevent it. There are ways you can maybe slow the process. There are ways. First, you would have to establish what's causing the hair loss. So you would have to see if it's the medications you're taking. Um, as we know, when you get lupus, your entire life changes. So you have to think about that. You have to sleep with certain head wraps or scarves or bonnets on your head. So that's why I also sell bonnets, because you should more so sleep with some type of silk material so it doesn't rub your hair out at night. Leaving your hair free and just going to bed on hard sheets and pillowcases, that'll also rip your hair out at night. Also, I also like I said, you have to know yourself and what your limitations are. So you would have to consult with your doctor and see what your doctor is saying based on what you're taking. And it's not, it's not a bad idea to do a little research, And I know I stay on Google ever since I was diagnosed, because it's a lot of doctors that don't know what to do. So you have to know yourself. You have to. Um, of course, eating right, vitamins. They have hair vitamins that also help with hair growth. Different hair serums and oils can help with hair growth. Um, Sometimes it could just be basically leaving it alone and letting it breathe. And that's why I started wearing wigs, so that I could keep my hair underneath in a ponytail or braid it underneath, so I don't touch it or put anything in it. Just leave it and let it just grow on its own. Because with lupus, it's a lot of different things happening to your body, so you have to take that into account.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's like what you say, it's everybody's journey is different, and it's down to us to find out what works best for us,
Yeah.
really, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
So, can lupus be the reason behind symptoms of alopecia?
Yes, because alopecia is also a autoimmune disease. The inflammation can also damage your hair follicles, cause scalp lesions, and cause your hair to fall out and break off also.
Thank you. So, will my hair loss stay controlled by my lupus medication?
Um, well, like I said, you will have to consult with your doctor, because is everyone is different. So some medications you could have one medication that helps prevent it, but you could have another one that harms it. So you would actually have to consult with your doctor to see if there's anything that can help prevent the hair loss.
And I think it's like what you say, do your research, Google your
Yes,
medication, have a look and see what does it do to your hair.
yes.
Does the hair loss happen at a certain age, and does it only happen to some lupus patients and not others?
No, there's no age limit. There's no age difference. I've seen children around the age of 11 suffering from lupus hair loss or alopecia hair loss.
Mm.
So and being having to cut all of their hair and using wigs and different types of alternative solutions. So it's really no age difference. Like I said, yes, some experience it, some don't. I know a few people with lupus who don't experience hair loss at all. So it just depends on your situation.
It goes back to that individual journey, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It goes back to it being an individual journey for everybody.
Right, exactly.
And I know
Yeah.
I myself, when I lose hair, I struggle with it, but I can only imagine what it would be like being a child of 11 going
Right,
through that.
exactly. Exactly.
It's crazy. So,
Yeah.
what exactly is considered lupus hair loss, and how do you know if it's lupus related or not?
Um, that's you would probably have to again find the cause of the hair loss. Consult with a doctor, or someone that treats your type of hair, and they would be able to help you find a solution as to why you're experiencing hair loss. Um, like I said, everybody's journey is different.
Yeah. So this is a bit of a longer one. So this is from
Okay.
one of our followers. My hair has slowly become thinner, but the last few months the fallout has increased. I get nervous when I wash my hair because I can't stand to see how much hair is in my brush and on the floor. My scalp hurts also. It's like when you wear a ponytail all day and then you let your hair down. No doctors have been able to explain why I have this symptom or what might cause it. How do I fix it?
This is a question I actually remember because this is exactly how my journey was. It literally just slowly fell out over time and I didn't even notice. And then once I did notice, it was all gone in the back. So I was also experiencing sores in my head. It always felt like I had a ponytail in my head, but I
Yeah.
didn't. I made sure I didn't wear any more ponytails because, of course, if I did, then the feeling would be even worse. So I definitely had the same exact experience. And what I did was consult with my doctor. But they really couldn't find a solution as to why I was getting the pain. But what I did personally was just change my hairstyles. When I'm experiencing the pain, I make sure my hair is free. I don't have on a wig. I don't have on braids in my hair or anything, so that my hair can rest. You have to also make sure your hair stays moisturized. So that goes with finding products that work for you and your hairstyle and your hair texture. Um, because making sure your hair stays moisturized is a big thing also. You have to find the
That makes
product
sense.
work for you.
Yeah. So I've been told that hair starts to fall out about 6 weeks after a flare, but mine always starts during the flare. Is that normal? Did we cut out? Did you hear that
Okay,
one?
I
No.
think it cut back.
Oh, can you hear me all right?
Yes, I hear you.
So I've been told hair starts falling out about 6 weeks after a flare, but mine always starts during the flare. Is that normal?
Um, well, everyone's journey is different. My experience, I've had my hair fall out when I felt completely healthy. I didn't have a flare. I didn't feel like I was going to have a flare. So it just depends. It doesn't have anything to do with your flares, or how often or what time your flares are. It just comes with lupus.
Fair enough, yep. So does folic acid really help hair loss from lupus?
Um, well, I found that it doesn't I found that it does promote hair growth, but it doesn't promote hair growth, but it can keep your hair healthy. So it doesn't make your hair grow, no, but the hair you have, it can help keep it healthy so it doesn't continue to fall out.
Yep, so
It may
fantastic.
work for some, it may not work for some.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to again it being an individual journey, and every journey is different. Oh, did you catch that? No.
Yeah.
So can lupus cause hair breakage?
Yes, it causes hair breakage. It causes your hair to thin out. It causes both. The same with hair thinning. It causes hair breakage also.
Is there anything we can do to stop hair breakage or not?
You can find that goes into experience, trying new products, finding what products work for your hair. Consult with your doctor or a specialist in your hair texture, that can help you help let you know what products work best for your hair type. And I feel like that's a good place to start, because that was one of the first things I did, was find what products worked, what products made my hair fall out even more, or dried my hair out, or made it break even more. So you just have to find something that works for you.
Great. So I often get bald spots on both of my temples, making my hairline weirdly high with all these baby hairs sticking out. Is there anything that can help this? Oh. Oh. Did you hear that one, or did we cut out? Can you hear me all right?
It cut out.
So I often get bald spots on both of my temples, making my hairline weirdly high. With all these baby hairs sticking out, is there anything that can help with this? Oh, was it cut out again?
Oh. Well, being that, because that, like I said, my side and out also, being that hair loss is one of the symptoms of lupus, then that's just one of the symptoms. It's going to fall out. But you can find a hair treatment that works. You can try different essential oils or hair massages, scalp massages, that'll help. The best advice I can give is to just leave the area alone. Try not to wear any heavier, harsh hairstyles. Try not to mess with it, comb with it a lot. Just leave it alone and give it time to grow back, because it will grow back. But if you're bothering it a lot, if you're trying different stuff and not giving it time to grow back, it won't.
Fantastic. So that really kind of covers the next question. So once your hair falls out, is it gone forever, or can you get your hair back?
Yes. Ernie, my hair has fallen out twice and grew back both times. The first time, I feel like it took about a year to grow back. I even ended up cutting all of my hair the same length, and it all ended up growing back. And then probably about 3 or 4 months later, it fell right back out again. And now it's in the process of growing back, and it's now longer than it was then when it grew back before. So it just depends. It depends on, your hair type. It depends on your journey. But I can't say that it has grown back for me and others that I've talked to.
So there is hope. There is a possibility it will come back. So that's great. So we're on the final question. Does lupus affect scalp health, such as dandruff?
I'm not sure if it causes dandruff, but it does cause sores and lesions in your head, which can cause your scalp to have different bruises, which could also cause your hair to be really dry. So it could be also a reason that your hair is experiencing dandruff.
So I think probably the main thing to take away from that is everybody's journey is different. It's really trial and error to find something that's going to work for you. Because what works for me might not work for you. And there is hope that if your hair does fall out or thin, there is a chance it will come back. Nope. So that's us at the end of the questions. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know there's been a wee bit of technical glitch going backwards and forwards. But thank you so much for taking your time out of your Saturday. I really, really appreciate it. If anybody watching or viewing this later has any more questions, just either DM me or we can DM your page. What's your page called again? Just so everybody knows.
Hair for Royalty.
So Hair for Royalty.
Yes, it's Hair for Royalty.
Really good page. So if you've got any questions, you can either DM me or the Here for Royalty page. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for joining me. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.